Today on UV Design and Tips and Tricks, we're going to show you how to generate a CSR and install an SSL certificate on your Apache Linux server. Alright, so there's several different reasons why you'd want to get an SSL certificate. Protect your site, encrypt data that's being transmitted across, and then also Google now has given great warnings to people that go to unsecure sites. See right up here in Chrome. Anytime you enter in data somewhere and you don't have an SSL, you get this not secure. So obviously you don't want your visitors to see that and feel unsafe when they go to your website. So now you purchase an SSL certificate from your hosting company, and let's say you have your own VPS server, or you have maybe an add-on domain on cPanel, and you need to add the SSL manually because their auto install tool will not install it automatically on an add-on domain or a VPS. You need to do it yourself. So let's follow along. It's pretty simple, and we'll show you both ways. So this is WHM. This is the interface for your VPS or dedicated servers for Linux servers. So here in the little search field, we'll just type in CSR, generate an SSL certificate and sign in request. You don't really have to fill in this information because they would email you the CSR, but we're going to get it right away. Key size, we're going to go ahead and do the recommended. Domain name, here you're just going to type in the domain name. And you fill in the required information. And we'll just call it fix it in post. Oops. And down here, you don't have to fill this information. This is a big organization. If you have different SSLs for different parts of your domains, you'd fill that in, but that's not necessary. We're not going to do a passphrase, and you're going to hit create. And it's going to generate a bunch of different private keys, certificates, and sign request. This is the one we're after. So that's how you generate a CSR in WHM. If you're inside cPanel, now again, your cPanel might look different than the one I'm in, but they are all the same. There just has a different interface, or not interface, it's a skin. I can't remember if this is called Lantern or X3. I think this is Lantern. Duh, there it is, paper Lantern right there. So anyways, just type in SSL, go inside here, click SSL. So here you're going to have the kind of same options as in WHM, and what we're looking for here is the certificate signing request. We want to generate, and then kind of same process. You're going to put in the domain name, fill in the same information. It's the exact same thing, and then you're going to hit generate, and it's going to generate that same CSR. Now this cPanel is on the same server as my WHM, so we're actually just going to go ahead and install it and go through the WHM. But again, a lot of people don't have servers. This is how you would do it for an add-on domain on your cPanel account. So you want to make sure that you copy all the hyphens and end certificate all the way to the B hyphens here for beginning certificate. You're going to go into your SSL manager. After you have it set up, it's going to ask you to provide a CSR or a certificate signing request. You're going to paste that into here. And as long as you filled in the information from the generate portion of it, you should see your domain name listed right here. Now, one thing that a standard SSL will do is this will protect the www version and the non-www version of your website. So no matter which way you have it resolving, it will resolve and protect both of them. Now, if you got something which is called a UCC certificate, we'll cover that later in a different video, but basically you would have to add the www and the non-www in the SSL. But again, we'll cover that in a later video. Sorry about that. Someone's calling me. I'm important. All right. So go ahead and paste that in there. Verify the domain name's correct. We accept all this great stuff, agree, and hit request certificate. And then now you're usually going to get an interface that says 50%, 25%, or something. Now, my domain name is in my account, so it's going to automatically verify the domain for us. Now, if your domain was with a different registrar than the company you bought your SSL certificate, eventually it's going to show you that you need to validate the domain, because how an SSL works is you're actually protecting the domain, and they want to make sure that you are the owner of that domain. So what it would do is, it would say, put this unique ID number as a text record. So it'd give you this long, random generated text record, and you need to go update that in the DNS of your domain, wherever the domain is registered at, or whoever controls the DNS. After you update that, wait about a half hour to an hour, come back here, and it should validate the domain for you at that particular time. Now, we just kind of sit here and wait. The system will kind of do everything for itself, so we'll come back. All right, the SSL certificate has been verified and ready for us to install. This process can take, I've seen take as little as 10 minutes. I've seen take it up to 24 hours, really just depends. So once you see this screen, you can go ahead and click download. It'll ask you what type of certificate, it'll be asking you what type of server you're going to install the certificate on. We are using an Apache server. So go ahead and download the zip file. And here we have the two certificates right here. We're really only interested in one. This will be the top one. So you click on it, right click, and then we need to open that bad boy up. Push it off the side. So go back here inside WHM, and you're going to go here to where it says install an SSL certificate on a domain. And then you're going to skip down here. You can browse for the certificate, but it's just as fast just to go ahead and fill in these steps, or fill in the domain, I should say, and then click autofill by domain. And it autofills everything in here, except for you're getting an issuer is a self-signed certificate, and that's a warning because they're assuming we don't want that, and that's not what we want. So that's why we opened up the certificate in the editor, and we're going to select everything, copy it, and then we're going to replace everything that's in here. And there you go. Now we have a green check mark. Domains that this is going to cover: fixitandpostfilms.com and www.fixitandpost.com. And then you're just going to click install. The same thing for cPanel. So you're going to come back to your cPanel, look for SSL again, click on here, manage SSL certificates, browse for your domain, autofill, and same thing. You're just going to click here, replace it, click here, replace it. Once it's signed in, install certificate. And then you come down here, everything's good to go, and click install certificate. And now it just re-verifies what it protects. And then now you go back to your website, and nothing's changed. It's still exactly the same way. The reason for that is because WordPress is basically going through the non-SSL door on the server, and you have to tell it that, hey, there's an SSL on the server and I need you to go through there. You can verify that by going here to https:// and boom, your site loads under HTTPS. Next week, we'll show you how to actually force WordPress to actually go to the HTTPS, so you don't have to manually type that. So it automatically redirects you no matter what you type in. fixitandpostfilms.com, www, or whatever. It'll automatically always redirect you and make sure all your images and links will always show up as HTTPS. But that'll be next week. All right, that will do it for UV design tips and tricks. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button below, and make sure to subscribe to our channel to learn more about website hosting, servers, and other great tutorials to make your life easier. We'll take it easy and see you next time.